Here's the Team Manager testing class. We start out by making a team manager that's just going to correspond to a completely empty team. And we also decided that for testing purposes it would be nice to have some test data for a team that had more than one player in it. So we make a different team manager object, and we make 3 players that are going to be associated with that team. In the setup method, we initialize both of the different teams and the players. So we've got a new team manager for Canucks, and the 3 team is going to be a team manager that's got 3 hockey players added to it. That just gives us some variation in test data depending on the types of tests we want to run. Initialization routine checks to make sure that the name matches correctly and that the team starts out as empty. And that's an important check because there shouldn't be people on the team to begin with. The simplest thing you can possibly do is to add 1 player. So we make a new hockey player, add them to the team, make sure that the size is 1, and make sure that we can turn around and retrieve that player using the get method to retrieve them off the team. Once you know that it's possible to add 1 player, the next best thing is to see whether or not you can add 2 players. And you're doing this to make sure that after you added the first player, that the second player isn't just replacing the first player. So we'll make 2 hockey players, add them to the team, check to make sure that the size is 2, and then go and attempt to retrieve each one of the team members. So we'll retrieve the first team member from position 0, and we'll retrieve the second team member from position 1, and they should both be on the team. Now that we've verified that we can add multiple team members to a team, it's time to see whether or not we can give them some goals. We use the 3 team in this case because it's already got the players on it, and we give each of the members of the team a few goals. And notice that we varied the number of goals that were given, and we varied the order that was given in order to make sure that they come out properly. So after adding, the one that should come out, if we just look at the number of goals that each one should have, the X player should have 1 goal, the Y player should have 2 goals, and the Z player should have 3 goals. Finally, we want to make sure that the order is coming out correctly in terms of points. This one's a little tricky because we'd like to go through the team, and in order to find the order, the only thing that gives us the order is when we run the for each. And the for each is tied to the iterator. Rather than using the for each directly, what we'll do is we'll use the iterator separately outside of a loop and just check the values one at a time. So we've still given goals to players. We call out the iterator from the team manager, and then we just use the iterator to go grab the next value and make sure that each of the next values is the appropriate player, starting with the highest points down to the lowest points. Finally, we check to make sure that the iterator afterwards doesn't have any more players waiting for us, because there should only be 3 players on the team.